Alright, what's going on guys? It's Finzy here, back with another video, and today in this video we have the top 5 best attackers for new players. We're doing this because we just did the top 5 best defenders for new players. I will leave a link in the description if you guys want to go check that out. And let's go right into it. Now, let me start off this video. I just wanted to let you guys know that these are not really in any particular order. I just wanted to let you guys know that if something is number 5 and is not really worse than the number 1 spot, I'm just putting it there because for order's sake, I kind of all rank these kind of all the same. And if you want to kind of judge on what you want to use, I want to listen to how I describe the operator and see if it kind of matches your playstyle. Anyways, let's get right into it and let's go to the number 5 spot. Alright, coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Ash. Ash is a 3-speed operator with the R4C and a G36C, I believe. She is very fast and a very good fragger. Her gun, the G36C and the R4C, I personally use the R4C without an ACOG, obviously, but just with the holographic sight. And how you want to use Ash is she's really a fragger, so you want to be always the first one, kind of rushing the objective and getting maybe fragging out, getting a whole like 5K or ace or 4K or whatever. But for Ash, you don't want to kind of sit back and scope out what's happening. You just want to push the objective, kind of get the enemies when they're not expecting you, and kind of catch them off guard. And she's very good, but maybe not the best for a new player. But her gun is very easy to use, not much recoil. And if you're coming from like a Call of Duty or a Battlefield or anything where it was more kind of running gun kind of style of game, I think Ash would be really good for those kind of people because you don't have to play as tactical and like droning out and whatever. So let's get on to the number 4 spot, and that was Ash. I forgot to say that her ability is the breaching round, which she fires an explosive breaching round that burrows into. So you can basically use this on any soft wall and then non-reinforced wall, and just blow a big hole that you can obviously shoot through, or if you put it low enough, you can crouch through. So now let's get on to the number 4 spot. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have Sledge. Sledge is a 2-speed, 2-armor operator with the breaching hammer ability. He uses his breaching hammer to breach through destructible surfaces. Now, his loadout includes the M590A1 shotgun. It is a 12-gauge pump-action shotgun. It is favored by the SAS. It is optimal at close range. Now we're going to move on to the other gun he has, and it is the L85A2 assault rifle. This is my personal choice. I think most people could agree that this is a much better weapon. It has decent damage, a pretty good fire rate, and very low recoil, and very easily and very controllable recoil. So I would kind of test him on Terrace Hunt, but after a couple rounds, you'll be very comfortable with him. He's very easy to use. Now obviously you want to run an ACOG, flash hider, doesn't really matter for that, but compensator, flash hider, suppressor, whatever, vertical grip, and then for secondary weapons, you want to use, it's up to you, the machine pistol. I personally like it just in case like you're out of ammo, you have like, you don't have to spam the trigger, you can just, hold down the trigger with the machine pistol. But this does have a ton of recoil, so I really recommend practicing in Terrace and trying to get it somewhat down. Also, his second ability, he has frag grenades and stun grenades. I would personally take the frag grenades because they can be really useful by, cooking them and then throwing them into a room. And they do a lot more damage than like an impact. So yeah, let's move on to the number 3 spot. Now coming in at our number 3 spot, we have Thermite. Thermite is a very important role, so maybe not the best choice for a new player, but his ability is the exothermic charge. He sets an exothermic charge that destroys reinforced walls. He's a 2-speed, 2-armor, and he's also equipped with the 5.56XI assault rifle, which has it has a slower fire rate but a higher damage, very easy recoil. He also has the M1014 shotgun, which I wouldn't recommend. Take the AR. Now what I mean by it's not the best for a new player is Thermite has a very important role. Thermite, if your Thermite goes down early in the round, it'll really affect how you guys play. You see, Thermite can blow up reinforced walls, so if you guys want to make a push into the objective or open up a line of sight, if you don't have a Thermite and you don't have a Habana, which you shouldn't be running 2 hard breachers, the round is over, or you have to really compensate for his loss. That's why I think that He's not the best for a new player, but if you have a little bit of experience and just don't play him like an Ashe, you don't frag out, you just kind of sit behind and do your job. And you know, you're more of a role player. You'll get a couple of kills, but not as much as an Ashe. But now for secondary weapons, it doesn't really matter. The both pistols are good. But then I would personally use the Claymore, because if you're going by yourself and planting a Thermite, it's good to put a Claymore down behind you, so when you're putting your exothermic charges, you won't get snucken up on. So now let's move on to the number 2 spot, and that is going to be Twitch. So let's move on to it. Now coming in at number 2, we have Twitch. Twitch is a 2 armor, 2 speed attacker. Pretty good for beginners, my bad. She's good in the sense that she's not as much of a role player and not as much as a critical thing you really need on your team as Thermite is. Her ability is a shock drone. She uses 2 shock drones to disable traps or injure enemies. She also deploys the first shock drone during the preparation phase. So she kind of like, she puts on her drone like everyone else does at the beginning, but then she gets another one for second droning. She can be really good for taking out defenses and enemy traps, but she's not as important as obviously a Thermite to blow up lines of sight or blow in like ways into the objective. Now for her loadout, she has the 417 marksman rifle, which I would not recommend, but she also has the F12 assault rifle, which has some of the biggest vertical recoil in the game, but it's very easy to control. You just kind of pull down on the stick and you're good. It is a very, very hard, very strong weapon to use, and I would definitely recommend using it. Though do play some terrorist hunt with it to get kind of used to it, and once you get good with it, you'll be great. I also want to add, she also has a shotgun. This is also a pretty good option because it has the 12 gauge shotgun with close range stopping power. It's better than the other shotguns I've named on this list, but I would still go for the F12. For secondary weapons, I'm going to take the P9 over the Magnum any days. Just because of how slow the fire rate is on the Magnum, I'd rather spray down my opponent with a fast trigger with the P9. Now for gadgets, I would personally take a breaching charge so that you can kind of open up lines of sight, but you can take a Claymore, it's really up to you. Let's move on to the number 1 spot. Now coming in here at number 1, we have Thatcher. Thatcher uses an EMP grenade to disable any electronics in its range. He is a 2-speed, 2 armor attacker, which uses the EMP grenades to disable any electronics in its range. His loadout consists of the AR-33 and the L85A2, same as Sledge, I believe. So yeah, I would definitely go with the AR because it is a lot better than the marksman rifle. Oh no, the other one is still an assault rifle. It is a lot better than the other assault rifle, and it's better than the shotgun. You only have one choice for the pistol, and then I would also go with a Claymore. Now, my reason why I put Thatcher on this list is because he's such an easy player to run, and he's so effective. Him and Thermite can be like the dream team. You know, Thermite destroys the bandits that are on reinforced walls. Thermite puts his exothermic charge. That's why I'm going to be putting Thatcher so high up on this list, even though they don't really matter. But that's why Thatcher is even on the list. His weapons are pretty good too, so don't sleep on Thatcher. If you were thinking of an operating use, Thatcher is definitely a very good one for beginners. And that's going to conclude this video. It's going to be posted on the day after Christmas, I believe. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. I hope you had a great time, and Happy New Year's. Have a great rest of your 2019, and I'm out. Peace.